Are you a busy working mom that feels like you just don't have time to exercise or be healthy? On today's episode, I'm going to give you some tips that will make prioritizing your healthy lifestyle more manageable. We're also going to discuss 4 things that you are doing that are sabotaging your weight loss goals. So it's going to be a good one, guys. Grab your coffee and let's get into it. Welcome back, everybody.
Hey, we're back.
We are back with another episode of Candidly with Coffee.
Another one. Per usual. We're always back.
Yes.
We don't miss.
Consistency.
It's all about consistency.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
In so many things in life, consistency. Yes. I'm sure you guys appreciate the consistency.
Even through the holidays.
Yeah.
Be consistent.
Just in life, remember that. Consistency should be a theme.
Write that down on your refrigerator and stare at it every day.
Yeah, exactly. Charles is over here trying to, there he goes. He's going to go to his bed now. His bed's a little too far away, so he's not happy. I didn't realize he had moved it.
What a diva dog.
You guys, I've been so busy with Vlogmas. Vlogmas is like taking a toll.
Beating you up, huh?
Yeah, I have to record every day. And then I have to edit it every morning. It takes about an hour and a half to edit a vlog.
That's why you got to get up at 4 a.m.
I get up at 4.
See?
This morning I got up at 4:20 and I was upset with myself. I'm like, oh, that's a little late.
Oops.
Who'd have thought that 4:20 would feel late? So I never would have thought that.
You used to struggle at 5.
Yeah, 5 to me now is late.
And we used to sleep until 7 or 8 back in the days.
I know. After my mom passed, I started to sleep until 9. That's how I knew that's how it was manifesting in me, is like I was sleeping in. Not on the days I did Orange Theory, but on the non-Orange Theory days, whenever I had an opportunity to sleep in, I would. That's why Orange Theory literally saved me, because it gave me structure. And when I started to realize that I was doing that, I would schedule morning Orange Theory classes. I changed my Orange Theory because I was doing 10 a.m. and I'm like, no, that's too late.
And getting Phoebe too, because she forced you to get up early, take her to the bathroom.
Yeah, that was when I totally changed my schedule and we got her. So thank God for that.
She's still getting up early. I heard her crying this morning.
Oh yeah, she's on it. Dogs are regimented.
Yeah, they are.
You just get them on a schedule just like babies. Get them on a schedule that works for you. Get your kids on a schedule that works for you. Get your family on a schedule that works, that's conducive to your life.
Yes, facts.
But yeah, it's been busy, but we had an exciting morning. We went to a new gym.
Yes, we did.
We went to a gym, and it's in San Jose. It's on Bassett, called Punch King Fitness. If you're local, you should check it out. It's just so much better than
your commercial gyms.
Yes.
Way better.
So much better. They have a lot of classes. They have a lot of different options for any type of training.
Boxing, kickboxing, strength training, conditioning. They have group classes. They got, if you want to power lift and compete, they got the strong dudes downstairs, like the athletes, the competitors. They got that too. So it's a little bit of everything. And he's adding more stuff to it too.
There's a little bit of everything that you actually need. And there's probably not a lot of what you think you need.
Facts. People think they need all this stuff and they don't.
Need all this. They think they need all this cardio equipment.
No, you don't.
No. Don't waste your time. Don't go to the gym to do cardio.
That's a waste.
Get your steps in.
Outside.
That's how you get your cardio in. Get your steps in.
Yeah.
At home or something. But go to the gym to do resistance training, strength training. That's where you're going to get the benefit of going to the gym.
That's what I tell people. I don't bodybuild. I strength train. I build this machine to be strong mind, strong body.
Yeah, but it was cool. And we have I'll throw up a picture up here we took. They have just like, it's a cool vibe. Bricks everywhere, very old school.
Good music. He has some old school music going on.
Good music. So we took a little picture. We did a little clips for social media that maybe I'll throw some up so you guys can see. But I liked that. That was cool.
Go check it out. He's got all kinds of classes there too on the weekends. I've seen some conditioning classes, just different stuff. Yeah,
check it out. Punch King Fitness. I'll link it down below.
Yes.
But yeah, we had an exciting meeting today too. Some kind of big things happening for us.
Yep.
In 2024, guys.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. We have some things in the works.
Remember this little pod we talked about? We keep growing every little bit.
Yeah.
Watch this.
We have a lot of really cool opportunities coming our way, and things are a-changing. So we appreciate, I'm going to tell you this right now. We do appreciate the people that have been with us from the beginning.
Yes.
And you guys that are listening to this right now, to this little baby, we appreciate you, because we wouldn't be going to new levels if it weren't for you guys, honestly.
Very true. Very true. You guys help push us, and we appreciate that.
Yeah.
Even from the beginning followers and listeners, day ones.
For sure. Like I was looking at just our numbers. We've 10x'd in a year, our numbers, which
all
is
because
crazy.
of you guys. Remember that. You guys helped us push us. So thank you.
Yeah.
Very grateful. No matter how big we get, if we blow up and we become YouTube famous or whatever, we're never going to get big heads or think we're better than or bigger than anybody. We're going to appreciate every one of our listeners.
No, I actually don't think I mentioned it to you, but I was leaving my Botox appointment and ran into someone in the hallway walking out that was a podcast listener.
No, you didn't tell me that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I always think, you guys, that never gets old. Just so you know, I'm always shocked.
Man, we're at a car event. My car event, Willow Glen. We're walking and 2 people recognize you. Like,
it always shocks me, to be honest. And what's crazy to me, it's never from social media or like just Instagram or TikTok. No. It's from the podcast.
Yeah.
It's always been, oh my God, I listened to your podcast.
It's cool. We got a lot of local supporters, man. We appreciate that.
Yeah,
you know?
that is
our
just
local
the
listeners.
Coolest thing. And speaking of which, we're getting very close to 25K on here, you guys. So thank you so much for that. But if you're listening right now, watching right now, and you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. And then, of course, if you haven't left us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, we'd appreciate that.
Please.
We did get a new one from Christine from New York. Says, new follower, 5-star rating. Really loving all your content, great quality, interesting and entertaining, motivating me to prioritize my health in perimenopause after losing myself the past couple of years.
Shout out Christine and shout out New York. Appreciate the listening from New York too.
Yes, we love New York. We love NYC.
Oh yeah,
for
been
sure.
there many times. Love that place.
Love it, love it.
Pizza's on point.
All right, moving on to the hot coffee topic. There seems to be like this no makeup trend going on.
Yeah, I saw that a little bit here and
Did you
there.
see that? Pamela Anderson is just like going
She looks like
no
a
makeup.
I'm sorry, she looks like a ghost.
You know what it is? Honestly, she doesn't look bad without makeup. There's just one thing missing for Pamela, in my opinion. She needs eyebrows.
I don't know about that, but okay.
Maybe
from your perspective, not from mine. She looks scary looking, dude. Looks old. Sorry.
Babe.
I'm just being honest.
What if I look like that?
I mean,
I'm going to get old.
You are, but you wear makeup. There's no way you're
get
vain.
So much hate from the women for that, but I don't wear makeup at night, or most actually.
I know that, but you know what I'm saying? Come on, she's out in public on what is that? A red carpet appearance? Come on, dude.
I do not wear makeup most of the time. You're just used to me without makeup. That's why.
Baby, I guess you're right. You don't wear heavy. You don't cake your face.
No, I don't wear a ton of makeup. No, but I actually think that
what it started with.
She just needs eyebrows.
It started with what's her name? Damn, the one who does the piano.
Alicia Keys.
There you go. She's kind of the original one that started doing that.
Yeah, she did. Actually, she looks pretty without makeup.
She does, though. She actually does. Some people could pull it off. Some people.
But you know why?
Cannot.
The reason why it's crazy for us with Pamela, though, is because she used to wear very heavy makeup.
Yes,
so
she
it's a
did.
big contrast. If you never really wear heavy makeup, then it won't.
Yeah.
It won't be so obvious. I definitely have felt myself wanting to go a little more natural in things, like with my eyelashes, the ones I have on right now. I realize I want to change my subscription with Lashify. I actually talked about this in Vlogmas to something a little less dramatic. But no, I'm not fresh faced or anything. Let's not get out of hand. Let's not get out of hand. Someone commented and said, "Would you consider not doing eyelashes and just going natural?" And honestly, I replied to her and said, if you would have asked me this maybe a few years ago, I would say absolutely not, because natural is not really my theme. It never has been.
No.
But I did say never, though, because I did find myself like, maybe I need to tone them down a little bit. So you never know. You evolve. It's like years ago when you didn't want to go to the chill pool, and now that's all you want to do.
The chill pool.
So
I want to go to the turn-up pool. You're right. The nut cases were out partying.
So never say never. So I did actually say, maybe I would have said absolutely not a few years ago, but now I say perhaps.
The door's not closed, you're saying?
The door is not closed. It is not.
Gotcha.
But yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about this trend.
Nah.
So. All right.
I don't like trends.
Moving on to Hold My Coffee. And don't get crazy. She didn't say it in a mean way, because sometimes you bark at people too quickly. So I just want to preface this before I say the comment. Jessica Margerio, 5837, says, I feel like Mike's tattoo is one of those you end up regretting, but then I think he's almost 50, so maybe not. She's talking about your newest tattoo. So Mike got a new tattoo, you guys. You want to show it? Or I'll put up a picture. I'll put up a picture right here. You want to explain what the meaning behind that tattoo is? Why'd you get it?
The one on my wrist?
Yeah, your new one.
Oh, that was quick. Wow.
It's because it's in my Vlogmas.
Oh, okay. There's two reasons to that. It could be two ways. The reason I got that one is I'm really trying to teach men stop playing with their health. Because I'm a man, I cater to men. Wife works with women. I work with men. So the tattoo, you want me to say what it says or no? F around and find out.
It's up on the screen so they can see it.
Okay. The reason I say this is because a lot of men are using like alcohol and drugs to cope with their vices. They're not taking their health serious. They're eating like shit. And 3 weeks ago, we had a health scare with my father where his heart was working at 30%. And I posted a video and showed people like, listen, don't wait till you're on your deathbed because you're going to F around and find out till it's too late. Listen, a lot of people make it to this deathbed and don't go home to their family. So that was the biggest meaning behind it. But it also could be another meaning. If you disrespect my wife, you're going to F around and find out too the hard way with these. I'm just being honest. I don't go looking for trouble, but there's some people out there who are very disrespectful and say some disrespectful shit.
Yeah.
But that wasn't my meaning. I know a lot of people take it like, oh, he's trying to be a tough guy or fighting.
No.
I'm tough for your health. You're messing around with your health too much.
Yeah. So, for example, if someone goes to the doctor and they are told they're pre-diabetic, and then they just disregard it. Yeah. They're going to F around and find out because the next time you go to the doctor, you're going to have diabetes.
Well, a friend of mine played around with his diabetes, let his weight go uncontrolled for too many years. Yeah. Guess what? It's on dialysis now. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? That's what I mean.
Yeah. He F'd around and he found out.
Yes. That's what I mean. You guys play around. That goes for you too, ladies. Don't mess around. I got a cousin who's a few years younger than me. She's diabetic. Young. Why are you diabetic? Because she can't control her weight. So she's already like setting the wheels in motion that maybe her kids are going to be diabetics and they're going to follow suit after her. It's always learned behavior. So that's what the meaning behind it, what I got it for. But I know people take it for what it is. And I don't care about getting older with it. It's still going to be the same meaning.
First of all, you're covered from your neck to your ankles.
No regrets.
So yeah, zero. I just don't I don't regret any of mine either. No. I feel like they were all like a reason and a season for all of mine. I'm getting a new one. And you guys, I may as well share it here because you'll already have seen it by the time this episode launches. In fact, if I can edit it in, I'll put a picture up of it here. But I've been waiting for this portrait artist to come back in town. Where was he?
He was out of the country somewhere. I think Europe or somewhere.
He came recommended from Taki, which is from State of Grace. And
my tattoo artist,
celebrity tattoo artist. He's very famous.
Big time.
He's been on some shows and stuff, but that's your artist.
Ink Masters and all.
Yeah, and he recommended, because when you do a portrait, you want to make sure that they get it right.
And this guy's a real artist. Like he paints and everything. Yeah.
I had to wait for him, and I wanted to get it so fast, but I'm like, no, I have to wait for the right person.
Yes.
So
special portraits.
It's been a few months. I've been waiting for him to come back in the country. And the first day he was back, I was there consulting with him.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah. My mom's portrait on my forearm. And it has a lot of meaning. I love that picture of her so much. Not only because she looks beautiful in it, and it's just like the way I like to remember her. Not that I knew her that way because she was young, but because in my opinion, in that photo, Tyler is the spitting image of her. I realized that my son
100%
has so many of my mom's features, and it shows in that photo. They have the same eyes, and the photo is black and white, obviously, but in real life, they have the same color eyes, which are hazel. They're beautiful. They're like very light brownish, greenish eyes, and the same face shape.
Yes, exactly.
The same, just very similar. And they're both Virgos, and they were tight. Like, I bet they were super tight.
Like a second mom.
Yeah, like her and Tyler had a special bond, really special bond. But so I love that picture for so many reasons. And then my cousin Lisa gave me the most thoughtful gift when my mom passed away that I have on my mantle in my living room, and she used that photo. And so I stare at that photo all the time. I at least walk up to that at least every other day and like look at the photo, and I read the poem that's on there. And so it's just very meaningful to me. And so I love that picture. And it definitely, I can guarantee you this, I will absolutely never regret that tattoo. And I wanted to make sure I got it in a place that I could see it. every day. That I want to be able to see it. I don't want it on my back.
I know.
I want it on my arm.
I didn't have any space, so I had to put my mother on my neck. So
Yeah.
the reason I put my mother on my neck is like I say a guardian angel. Mothers are always there.
Yeah.
They're there in spirit no matter what. They're nearby.
I think that was a good spot for you to put it. Turn around a little so the camera can capture it. That's very good work too, this artist did, because that looks identical to the photo.
Yeah. She was, I believe, 18 years old or something, real young in that picture.
I think my mom was that age too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so that is exciting. And some clips of that, the consult were on Vlogmas day 6. Day 6? Yeah, I think it's day 6. And then I'll also be including that, me getting it, hopefully a couple of clips if I can get some clips.
You ready for some pain?
I don't care about the pain at all.
I know.
To me, pain, when you're getting something good out of it, is exciting.
Yes. Doesn't faze me.
Does not bother
the
me.
kid was tattooing me yesterday. Are you good? You chilling? I go, brother, kiddo, this is nothing. Trust me. This is not even close to the worst spot.
I love my tattoos. I love them. I don't care what.
Yeah, no regrets.
They're not for everybody.
No,
it's not for everybody, but they're for me.
That's it. That's what I say. They're not for everybody. Some people might not like it. Like, why has she got so many? Because it's my body. It's my choice. It's not your choice. It's not your body.
Yeah.
Simple as that. You know?
Yep. All right, you guys, moving on to Comment Corner. Genevieve Winkler says, I love your banter. I needed to hear all of this. She was commenting on the episode Stop Making Weight Loss Hard, episode 470. Thank you, Genevieve. We all need to hear it sometimes. That's the truth, right?
Yes, for sure. Truth hurts.
All right. Tanya Beatles Guerra commented, I have to say, I have been watching you and Mike for the past week nonstop. Thank you. Thank you, YouTube, for putting them in my algorithm. I have taken so much from all of your advice, your tips and tricks, and decided to request macros. I do believe watching your podcast and your vlogs have put me back on track, and I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Being 57 in menopause is not easy, but because of you, I'm finding it more manageable. Thank you for all that you do to help everyone you can. Words cannot express how grateful I am.
Wow, that was beautiful. That was sweet comment.
Isn't it?
Yeah, because women are struggling.
You guys, I cannot tell you. I get a lot of private messages as well that I don't feature on Comment Corner because it's a lot of private stuff. And I always just assume if it's sent privately, there's a reason it's private.
Yeah.
And I get comments like this daily. It feeds my soul.
You know why? You're an inspiration. I keep telling you, women looking at you like, wow, look at her. She's rocking. Look at her. You don't have to tap out. And that's what I'm trying to portray to some of these dudes that walk around dad balls all proud. You're proud of that, bro? Sorry, but you shouldn't be proud of that. You're tapping out, bro. You're giving up.
You know what the thing is too? And I hope that it comes across. Like when I post before and after pictures of myself, it is not in a braggadocious way. It is never with the intent to make people feel like, aha, look what I was able to do and you can't do. And I hope that comes across. Instead, my message is, you guys, if I could do it, you can do it.
Exactly. That's what I tell you. I say about men. It's all, everybody has that beast. Everybody has that flame. You got to turn it on though.
Yeah.
You got to wake it up. You're in charge of you. You have to wake it up. You have to flip that switch. I always say that.
And like in my recent, and I'll put it up here actually, I posted a side-by-side video of the video in the before. I actually took right after Christmas. It was a year ago. And that was when I realized, oh my gosh, I'm in perimenopause because like I've gained this weight around my midsection. I've never had an issue like that before. And I've put on just a few pounds or I thought, but I hadn't stepped on the scale. I thought I had put on a few pounds, and I realized that I've never gained all of the holiday weight gain in the midsection. I remember how I felt. It was terrible. Okay. But I did that video and I hated doing that video, but I'm glad I have it. And then here I am almost a year later. So like 11 months later. And I did it. And it was almost like, whoa,
It
like
scared you and it woke you up.
menopause almost took me out. Like, how am I supposed to face my clients? This is what I was being really real with you guys. It scared me for a little bit. Like in July and the end of June, when I stepped on the scale and realized that it was 132.5, which for me was pretty heavy. It scared me. I felt like a fraud.
Damn.
Like I did. I truly did. I thought, oh my God. And for a brief second, I thought I can never admit this. I did. It crossed my mind to think like, I can never admit what has happened. I have to hide this. I have to and then I'm like, I checked myself, and I'll be honest, I'll tell you exactly what happened. And Stacy, if you are listening to this podcast, she's a longtime client, follower, friend that I've gotten to know over social media. She messaged me. She picked up on something. She's a very intuitive person. And she messaged me and asked something about how are you feeling or what's going on. And I was the first person I shared it with, even before you. That I'm like, Stacy, girl, it's not good. Like I stepped on the scale and it's not good. and she's the one that made me, I was able to release it, and her words were like encouraging. I thought I can share this and I need to share this.
Yeah. But you know what? That's what's cool about you, man. You're not trying to hide it. You're trying to share. A lot of coaches and men, women don't share their, like when they're not doing their best. They hide it. They lie. They show old pics. They don't show currently.
Yeah.
And I think that's why your women respect you and follow your lead, because you listen, you're human. At the end of the day, you're human. You're not a machine. We're all human. Nothing. I think people look at us and they see how we look now, but there's a lot of work that went into this. It wasn't easy.
And believe it or not, sometimes as a coach, I'm so busy coaching other people, doing macros, doing meal plans. I'm at my desk. I'm sedentary. I'm focused on everybody else. And sometimes I lose focus on myself. Could you slurp that any louder?
Oh, sorry.
Any louder? Oh my
I
God.
want to take a sip of my coffee.
But you
You want me to slurp it?
don't slurp.
I have to drink it.
Oh my God. This is why we have headphones, so I can hear the craziness in my ears. Anyways, we get so caught up and then we forget to focus on ourselves sometimes. And, you know, my son, who helps me actually, he's an assistant for me as well and helps me on the back end on a lot of these things. Sometimes he has the best words of wisdom. And he says to me, Mom, what would you tell a client? Like sometimes if I say something to him about what's going on with me, he's, how would you coach a client through that? And I can coach a client through it just fine. He goes, you need to, and I'll tell him and he'll say, that's what you need to do. And I'm like, oh shit, you're absolutely freaking right.
Got a wise kid.
And so it was like part of the reason that I bumped my macros up recently. It was him and I were talking through it. And I was talking to him about some things and how I was feeling. He's like, well, what would you do if your client came to you with that? And I said, this is probably what I would do. He's like, and that's what you need to do. And I was like, oh shit.
Exactly. Don't be scared.
You're right. Coaches
Get over
need
your
coaches.
Fear. They do.
You need a sounding board. You need someone who also has a lot of knowledge, which he does.
Yeah. He does his homework. You
need to have someone with had a lot of knowledge that you can bounce your ideas. And sometimes you just need to say it out loud. But I never want to come on here and act like it's all roses and butterflies for me, because it's not.
One of my recent clients that I just picked up, he's a coach. He's a boxing coach. He was a professional fighter.
Yeah.
And guess what? He needed help. He asked for my help. He said he's stuck. He was, I can't lose the weight. I don't know what to do. And I go, I'm going to get you away what you learned from before. That you absolutely hated to make weight. I'm going to make this easy on you, man. Just follow my lead. You get to enjoy what you want. Just follow my lead.
You guys, give yourself some grace. It does take some time. I actually had I had a call with a client yesterday, and the issue was there was really not much of an issue. She thought she was stalled. She thought she wasn't doing well. And I had to just look at her and go, you're doing amazing. Like, you're just being too hard on yourself.
Yeah.
You've got two different buckets of people. Then you've got the people that are like doing the hard work. They're getting results, but usually those are overachievers. She laughed when I called her. I'm like, you're just an overachiever. They're overachievers. And so they're not meeting their own high standards.
Yes.
But they're meeting standards that most people don't meet.
True.
Because they're just they're just a different caliber.
They're built different.
Built different. You're right. And
I'm that way too.
Yeah. I'm like that with myself for sure. Because I can tell someone, oh, you're doing fine, that you're doing great, you're doing this. But then if I put myself in their same shoes, I'd be like, no, I could do better, I could do more.
I always think that too. Like, I could do more, I could train harder. But I always tell myself, it's a marathon, dude. Don't kill yourself. You have to run yourself to the ground.
Because what'll happen is you don't want an injury, because then an injury is going to put you out.
Yes.
And then you're going to F around and find out.
Yes. Then you're going to be derailed, and then the motivation's going to go away. Your discipline's going to slip. Then you're going to start eating more. Yeah. It's all a domino effect.
Yeah, it really is.
How do we know this? We've been there.
I know. That's what I can.
Been there, done that.
I can say
I've been there
with certainty that I've experienced it all.
Look at that picture I recently posted of me COVID a few years back. How bad I got. Just in a matter of weeks.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to put that up on the screen too. I have lots of visuals. If you're listening to this podcast, you might want to watch it on YouTube, because we have lots of visuals this time, but I'm going to put that one up. I laughed so hard. You took it You took it well when I said you look like a burrito.
I do. I did.
You look like a burrito.
I'm glad you took that picture, though. It's good to look back and be like, wow. But look at me now. Years later, I flipped the switch.
You know,
3 years later? 2 years later?
Okay, it wasn't a picture. What it actually was a video that I did when we got that new couch. It was just you were in the background of my video, relaxing and enjoying the new couch.
Like a burrito.
And you literally look like the burrito emoji.
Rolls off my stomach, and goodness.
Like,
ooh, lucky I woke up.
but you take it well.
Yeah.
That's
got to.
Hey, but look, you even recently said, so I took some pictures right at the beginning of when I really discovered my menopause weight gain and all that. But I didn't share those until recently. And you saw it, you're like, oh my God, I didn't realize how bad your cellulite had gotten. You have to have thick skin in this house.
I don't know why I said that. I don't mean to hurt your feelings. I just spit it out. Sometimes this brain of mine just spits things out.
It didn't hurt my feelings though, but you were right. I thought the same thing.
I didn't notice it.
I was very like watery. I get that. And I've told clients this before, like I've shared it many times. I'm very prone to cellulite. I've always been prone to cellulite. But on the same token, when I get leaner, it goes away. So it's like people say, what can I do to get rid of my cellulite? I'm like, I don't know, lose more body fat. That's what works for me.
Build muscle.
Well, it does help because if you lose body fat, that's going to minimize the appearance of the cellulite. And then if you build muscle and fill that space, it like tightens your skin. It makes it taut. And that helps too. What's crazy is I wasn't sure this time around when I lost weight, is my midsection going to be, is my skin going to be loose this time because I'm older and I've lost elasticity, or is it going to get tight again? Because when I competed, I was shocked that when I lost weight and got super lean, my skin on my stomach actually tightened up.
You're lucky you didn't get loose. Like a lot of ladies who have babies have loose skin after.
I do have loose skin in the lower end, though, but it's cool because it's easy to conceal. And plus I have a tattoo on it, so you really can't tell. But in like my belly button and up, that's getting nice and tight again. So I have a little bit of elasticity left in there. I wasn't sure, to be honest. I didn't know if it was going to be a little like jiggly or whatever, but I don't know. But I have stretch marks and cellulite galore.
She's human.
Don't worry about it, guys.
That's it.
Don't worry about it.
Be happy in your body.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. All right. This comment comes to us from Trisha F 5348. And she says, can you lose weight counting macros but not weight train or getting steps in? I'm asking for people who work 12-hour days and just have no time and who are fulfilling family needs. Is it a yes, they can lose weight, but they will lose muscle? Second question, if someone needs to lose 15 pounds and they weigh 145 pounds, should they shoot for 130 grams of protein? So I used this comment to frame one of the topics that I wanted to talk about because I hear this a lot. I just don't have time.
That's one of the biggest excuses in the game.
Yeah, I just don't have time. And first, let me answer the question really quickly, and then we will move on to tips for busy moms. But to answer your question, yes, you can lose weight just by counting macros and not weight training or getting steps in. It would just mean that your food volume would have to be pretty low if you're not burning calories in any capacity. It also would mean, just keep in mind, whatever you don't use, you lose. So if you're not using muscles, you're going to lose them over time. So yes, you will lose some muscle mass. Now, granted, you do use your muscles in everyday life. So it's not like you will have no muscle, but yes, you're going to lose some muscle, especially if you are trying to lose weight. So if you're trying to lose weight, you're always going to lose a little bit of muscle and body fat no matter what. But you minimize that by doing resistance training. So you wouldn't be minimizing the muscle loss. You would actually probably lose a good amount of muscle during a weight loss phase. So you might not have the aesthetic, desirable appearance. A lot of people call it skinny fat. You feel like skinny and frail.
Yeah.
You don't feel strong.
So like the Ozempic bodies?
Yes.
Like that?
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
It's a different look.
Yeah.
And then now, yes, if you are trying to lose weight and you want to minimize muscle loss, but you're not weight training, should you eat protein? Yeah, you still want to eat protein. It's an essential macronutrient and that will help. You still need to feed the muscles that you do have and the muscles that you do use every day. But in terms of how much protein you should shoot for, I really don't like to throw that number out a whole lot. It's basically an estimate unless I know more data about you. So that would be in a macro assessment. So there's to answer your question, Trisha. So thank you for the question. But I would like to say, you guys, I've been there. I feel like a lot of times people will look at me and think, how would she know? All I do all day is I work out and I work from home and I don't have kids and I don't take care of a family. But I've been there. You guys, guess what? I was a busy working full-time mother of 2 kids, 3 and under, and a husband. And I had to commute in the Bay Area from San Jose, 50 miles in traffic to San Francisco.
There you go.
And I did still, listen, I didn't know about weightlifting back then. I didn't know about resistance training just because I didn't have the knowledge, but I still absolutely prioritized my health and my body in the way that I knew back then.
Movement. You moved. Walk to and from the bar station, to and from work. That was movement. Those are steps
And
without you realizing it.
No, I did on purpose. I walked a lot. I walked at my lunch. I did what I could at the time with the knowledge that I have. And I had no time. I could have been someone that said, I have no time. My husband at the time did shift work. We worked opposite shifts. So I was like a single mom. He was not home with me when I had the kids. I had to make dinner. I had to put them down, baths, all of that. So I do want to just preface it by saying, so that people don't have this feeling when I'm the one saying tips for busy moms when I'm not in that predicament, but I've been there so I can understand. So this is the tips I'm going to give you, or maybe some things I wish I would have known, and then also some things that I did. So one of the things that I wish I would have known is to get up before your family or anyone else needs you.
Yeah, always. You want to be up the first way before them. Get your day started.
Give yourself some me time.
Yep.
This is important. And you know what? In the question, she had said, like, who works 12-hour days, just no time, fulfilling family needs. You don't work 12 hours every day.
Listen, man, I'll tell you how I worked when I did armed security in San Francisco. We took on salary positions, 16-hour days, 4 days. Okay, I worked 4 16-hour days. Friday, Saturday, Sundays, I was bouncing in nightclubs. I was a bouncer. I still went to the gym on the days I worked 16-hour shifts. Was it hard? Yes, because I had to sacrifice sleep. But I did it because that's how disciplined I was. I needed my workouts. I found a way. So there's always a way.
Yeah, the thing I should have probably started with is you need to do one thing that's very important. Stop telling yourself that you have no time. Instead, tell yourself, okay, I have time. I can figure this out.
Yep.
Because if you tell yourself, I'm so busy, I have no time, you're going to continue to feel so busy and that you have no time. You have to switch your mindset.
It's a cop-out a lot of times, man. It's a cop-out. Because I look at celebrities, like certain celebrities that I follow and look up to, Joe Rogan, who's, I don't care what anyone says, you ain't busy. That man runs a comedy club. He performs 2 shows, 5 podcasts a week. He's a commentator for the UFC. And he says, I must work out.
And he has a family, and he has kids.
He has a wife, he has kids. He has to spend time with that.
Yeah.
And he does bow hunting. He has a lot of stuff. He's a really busy dude.
Yeah.
And he says, I must work out for my mental health, period. There's no negotiations.
Yeah, you have to have those non-negotiables.
The Rock's another guy.
And you know what? Let me tell you this. If you run yourself ragged and you put yourself on the back burner for too long, you are not going to be any good to your family.
Nope.
You really are not.
Nope.
You have to prioritize yourself.
Yep.
It's not only for yourself, it is for your loved ones. They will be better for it.
Yes.
Some practical tips, though, instead of all the mindset mumbo jumbo.
Yeah.
Layer your time. Always try to kill 2 birds with 1 stone when you can. So we didn't have walking pads back then.
No.
Now there's walking pads. You can ask your boss for standing desks and get a walking pad. Get your steps in while you're working. I do that now.
What you do now?
Yeah, I do that now and I absolutely love it. But back in the day when I had young kids and I wanted to watch a little TV. I wanted to have a little downtime, but I set myself a rule. I can watch my shows, but I have to be moving while I'm doing it. And you can attest to that because before we knew each other, I would go to the gym with my iPad. And if I wanted to watch my shows, I had to be on the treadmill. Before it was a cool and popular thing to do, I asked for an iPad for Christmas, and I would watch Grey's Anatomy and all of my favorite shows.
You'd be on the elliptical. I remember that.
On the elliptical.
Yes.
On the iPad.
See, I remember.
Yeah.
I took notes.
Yeah.
Yep. I remember that.
I like created like that rule for myself. So I want you to think about the people that don't have time. What are the things in your life that you can layer up?
I like another thing you said. Let me see your phone. Let me see how much time you spend on social media.
Yeah.
Let me see that. Let me see your phone. Huh?
Yeah.
Let's see how much time you're spending on there.
Yeah. So if you're watching these, you're watching us right now. Who's watching us right now and moving? Comment. I want to know.
Yeah.
Are you moving while you watch or while you listen to us?
Are you walking on a trail with headphones? That's what I do.
This is an hour of dead time. We're just watching a video? No. You need to be walking.
Yeah.
We should make it a prerequisite.
I do it all the time. I put on a podcast while I'm doing my 3-mile walk with Pablo, with my dog.
Yep. And the other thing that, people say, oh, I'm too busy to be healthy or to eat healthy or whatever. You have time to eat. You're eating.
Yes.
So it's not has nothing to do with time. It takes the same amount of time to eat some slices of pizza as it does to eat like a piece of steak and some vegetables. You're just choosing to have the pizza. In this day and age, with the knowledge we have with macros, with restaurants providing nutrition facts, with there being healthy options at restaurants, it is a choice that you're making to eat the thing that's going to not help you reach your goals.
Air fryers.
It has nothing to do with time.
Air fryers. How much time? Okay, think about this. I don't have time. I'm so busy. You got time to get in your car and go to the drive-thru and come back home? That's at least 20 minutes right there, if not longer, depending on how long that line is. Just saying. We got time to order DoorDash. You're waiting on that food 30, 45 minutes. You couldn't whip up a meal real quick?
Yeah.
Like I said, there's air fryers. It's a different level. You can't. People are just looking for an excuse, man, like they always do.
And if you find yourself, right now listening to this and say, but my work doesn't allow the stand-up desk, or I can't do that with the type of job that I have, or but this, but that. Instead of stopping and thinking, okay, so because of this limitation, okay, that's out. So work days are out. I can't get it done on work days. Okay, what about my days off? What do the days off look like? How can I fit this in on that day? Then you don't even want a solution. If you're not thinking that, if you're thinking, then you don't want a solution. It's not important to you.
That's always looking for excuse. We always say, if you have a problem, don't bring me problems. You better find some solution. You better make a couple solutions, 2 to 3 solutions.
Yeah, if you have a problem, think about the solution.
Yeah.
You got to plan.
Plan.
You got to plan. Okay, nothing is going to happen without planning. Schedule exercise on days off. Use it as social time. So again, stacking things, right? If you want to spend time with your family, then maybe you should have activities with your family where there's movement involved.
Yep.
Maybe you want to get together with girlfriends instead of going out to dinner, meet for a hike or a walk.
That's a good one.
So think about how you can kill 2 birds with one stone. Well, I need to spend time with my family. Then how can you
get out to the park? Get out, move. Get out and play. You don't have to be sitting down in the house all the time, man. People think like they just got to be stuck on the couch. You don't.
No, you don't.
You get out.
Yeah. So where there is a will, there is a way. And like you said, you're busy. Everybody's busy.
Everybody's busy, man. Trust me.
Everybody's busy. I was busy before I took on Vlogmas and didn't think that there's no way that I could squeeze in another thing. But you know what? I make it work.
I realized before I really started really coaching and building my online business, I used to think, this is easy. It takes time, man, to come up with a post, to post it, to take video, to create content. This is just falling in your lap. You have to think of things. You have to think of what you want to post. It takes time. It's not easy. Just even doing this takes time. You got to edit this after we're done.
It's a lot of time.
It takes hours, yeah.
But you make time for the things that are important to you, that matter to you, that you set as a non-negotiable. I believe that you're busy because I know what it's like. I've been there. Like I said, I have been there. Guess what? That 12-hour work shift that you might have, it has a lunch break.
Yes.
I walked off 100 pounds when I was 21 years old by walking every day on my lunch. I walked up the street 30 minutes and turned around and walked back the street 30 minutes. And then I ate at my desk and counted calories. And I was busy. Like I said, I had a newborn baby. Well, he was a 1-year-old baby. I commuted. I had a husband who did shift work. I was like a single mom back then, young, working full time, and I still made it happen.
And that was what there was no nothing. You had no nutritional guidance, no nothing. We're talking 2023 where there's tracking apps, there's food scales, air fryers. You can make it so simple. There's foods now.
Meal prep companies.
Easy meal prep companies. There's a lot of options. The money you're spending eating out, pay attention to your food bill. You could be doing meal prep. Sorry, people say, oh, it's expensive. Let me see how much money you're spending. Let me see your bank account. See how much you're spending on eating out.
Let's budget it in.
What is a McDonald's meal now for the two of us?
We spent $37 at McDonald's for two.
Yes, on Saturday.
That's more expensive than two MegaFit meals, like two like balanced, nutritious MegaFit meals.
Yes, but people just again, they're just always looking for that exit. I got an excuse. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna latch on to that excuse. I actually kept making fun. I want to write a book one day, and I want to come up with as many excuses as I can and publish.
And combat
that
all
way,
of them.
That way people could pull it out. Let me see which one I'm going to use today.
Which one? Flip through. Let's put an index. We'll go to the index on the back.
Yeah. They're probably going to upset some people, but that's the goddamn truth. And guess what? The truth hurts.
Yeah.
Straight
you have
up.
to think about this, too. I think about some of my busiest times were actually when my kids got to be a little bit older, and Tyler had wrestling and softball. Alyssa had dance and gymnastics. And I was working full time. I was never a stay-at-home mom. Okay, I always worked, and my husband at the time always worked an opposite schedule than me. Yeah. So I had to rush them around and then do dinner. And I would always make a different dinner for myself that was like a calories tracked. And I always paid attention. And that's why I never gained the weight back.
That's what my sister does now with her son.
Yeah.
Jiu-jitsu. The young one has ballet. She still works out. She finds time in the middle of the day. If she's a lunch break, she does her weight training.
Yeah,
she makes
she's
it
a
work.
perfect example.
She's a single mom, pretty much, my sister.
Doing her thing, and still she's never let herself go.
Nope.
She always, and she is as busy as they come. A working single mom with two kids in activities.
Yes.
And she's over here asking you like how much you should deadlift. And,
asking
and
me
all
tips
of that.
on how she should. So I send her pages of certain women that I'm like, hey, follow her. She's real good. She'll give you tips. And sure enough, it works. She's trying to excel herself. Not, oh, poor little old me, because her husband's non-existent. She's a single mom right now, so she's got to do it all, and she still handles it.
You guys, you can do it. Trust me. Where there's a will, there's a way,
Always.
And your family will be better for it.
Yes.
But I also want to talk about 4 things that are sabotaging your weight loss efforts for those people that are trying, that are like spinning their wheels. And a lot of this stuff we talk about all the time, but this is stuff that we need to hammer home. Okay.
Hammer.
For one, stop blaming your metabolism, because 9.99999 times out of 10, it's not your metabolism. Don't blame your body.
Yes.
Your body's just doing what it needs to do based on what you're doing for it.
Yep.
Okay. Stop blaming your body.
Yep.
It's pretty functional.
Yes.
Usually when someone is on that diet hamster wheel and not getting results, actually their calories are probably too low. They're just someone who jumps on some crazy extreme calorie deficit, and their calories are just too damn low because they want to lose weight too damn fast.
Too fast. Yeah. They think like, I'm going to lose this in a week or two, or the scale has removed. Wait, hold on. How many years did you put that weight on?
Yeah.
How many layers of toilet paper, how many sheets of paper did you put of body fat on? It's not going to come off right away. It's going to take a minute.
Yeah.
So relax.
It does. And you know what? And I'll tell you how fast it should come off. 0.5 to 1% of your body weight weekly is a good, sustainable, steady pace for weight loss. 0.5 to 1%. That means if I weigh 120 pounds, the most I want to expect to lose in a week, the most would be 1.2 pounds per week. Maximum. So that guideline that people just throw out there, 2 pounds a week.
No.
That is such a cookie cutter guideline.
Yes, it is.
It has everything to do with what size you currently are. It's not feasible for someone who's 115 pounds and wants to get to 110 pounds to lose 2 pounds a week. Yeah. That's crazy.
Now, if you're 350 pounds, now we're talking a different ballgame.
3 pounds a week.
Yes. See? More mass, you guys.
1.5 to 3 pounds if you're larger.
Yes.
It's important to calibrate your expectations, first of all. That's very important.
Oh, their expectations are wrong. Just the same thing, like, not to get off topic, but people who have expectations, I don't eat that much. Oh, really? You don't eat that much? Let's record what you eat in a day, and I guarantee you're off by at least 1,000 calories.
That is honestly, one of the most common things that I hear when people first talk to me about weight loss or macros are working with me is I can't seem to lose weight, but I really don't eat that much. And my answer is you perceive that you don't eat that much.
Hey, bro, don't get mad at me, but I'm going to blast you real quick. My brother said that to me, and we're in the car, and I touch his stomach. I go, you don't eat that much? I go, how did you grow this thing then, bro? I'm just being honest. Sorry, Art, but belly doesn't grow unless you're eating more than you're moving. That's just the truth.
At some point in time, you have overconsumed in order to have stored body fat. Period. Yes. End of story.
There's no getting around it.
At some point, you have overconsumed and your body put it into savings, and that's that.
Yep. That's it.
There's no magical thing about it. It is what it is.
Google the law of thermodynamics.
And people just get pretty upset about it.
They do, because they don't want to hear the truth, and it hurts. We both been there, so I could say it. I've been there too at a big old panza. You got to post a picture up of me.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
a burrito.
I've been there.
Yeah.
But calories too low is common. You guys, just no shortcuts, no fad diets.
No.
Stop with all of the bullshit.
Stop with all the snake oil diets and bullshit, Hollywood diets and diets of the 90s. And you got to take in 120 grams of oats and eight egg whites. And stop it with these stupid ass diets, man.
And to be honest, just focus on calories and protein.
That's it.
That's really all you need to worry about.
They want to make it. I don't think women probably want it complicated, but men, Jesus Christ, they want to be right so bad. They want to do the hardest thing possible, then they fail at it. They don't want to admit because their ego is hurt. And I'm like, how's that going for you, homie? How much weight have you lost? And they go dormant and quiet, and they shy away and disappear. Yeah, that's right there. I already needed that. You gave me the answer what I already asked. You answered it for me.
All right. So a number 2 thing that people do a lot that's a big mistake is they are having a lot of cravings because they're over restricting. So the minute they go, when we talked about this last week, the minute they decide to go on a diet, they're restricting certain foods, they're cutting out certain food groups, they're dropping their carbs too low, and then their cravings go through the roof, and that low calorie diet plan that they're trying to adhere to is literally impossible to stick to.
Yep.
So that's a huge mistake. So what do? Don't put unnecessary rules on yourself.
No.
Don't restrict food groups. Don't cut out an entire food. Don't cut out your favorite foods. That's a big mistake too.
Huge.
And don't suddenly feel like you need to start doing things you don't like to do. Like we were talking to your client who said, oh man, I hate breakfast. So why do I have to eat breakfast? No, if you don't like breakfast, don't eat breakfast.
No.
Just because you're on a healthy lifestyle plan or doesn't mean that, oh man, now I have to eat breakfast. No, actually you do not.
It's because the food pyramid guy that's outdated forever tells you have to eat breakfast. False. You could fast all the way till lunchtime and start from lunch and on if you want.
Yeah. So stop cutting out your favorite things. Instead, just have them in moderation. Don't feel like you have to over restrict, because it's just going to have the opposite effect on you for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, number 3, and I have been guilty of this, and this will sabotage any work that you have done during the week, and that is the free weekend mentality.
Oh, hell no. I've been there
where you work really hard all week, and then you just let it all go for the weekend.
You just damage your progress right there. Mm-hmm. If sometimes you even go backwards.
Can I take it even a step further? Even a free day can be a sabotage if you're trying to lose weight. Mm-hmm. If you're in maintenance, you might be able to get away with it if you're really good during the week. But a free day when you are trying to lose weight is a bad idea.
Bad.
Very bad. Let's scale it all the way back. Let's do a free meal. You could do a free meal.
Yes.
You can get away with a free meal for sure. And if you really structure it so it is a meal, not an infinite meal, not a potluck, or you're grazing something that has pizza where you just keep going back for more and more slices. Do something that's, I'm ordering this, and when it is done, I am done eating free meal.
That's it.
If you change that free weekend to a free meal, you might start to see that needle move.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's so true.
And then number 4 is I'll get back on track tomorrow mindset. And what I mean by this is the minute that you fell off in a day. So like say you're doing okay, and then it's like you end up, coworkers bring in cupcakes and you end up having a cupcake. Like, oh, I shouldn't have this right now. Now I had it. And if you have the mindset of I'll get back on track tomorrow, the one cupcake will then turn, I blew the day. So now I'm just going to eat whatever I want for dinner. I'm going to have that snack I've been wanting. I'm going to go through the drive-through, and you take it. You go balls to the wall the whole rest of the day.
Not good. That's a
and then
stupid
because with the
mentality.
mindset of I'll just restart tomorrow. Instead, restart the minute you're done with that cupcake.
Yep.
Be like, all right,
Enjoy
well,
it. Don't feel guilty.
Yeah.
Just enjoy. You had it. It's over with. Simple as that.
had the cupcake,
That's it.
and then just go back on track immediately. Not tomorrow, because why would you do that? Why would you make a 500 calorie cupcake turn into an extra 2,000 calories?
Right? You brought home pizza not too long ago from your brother's birthday. It wasn't in my plan. I had a couple of slices. I made it work. That's it.
Yeah.
I didn't feel no guilt.
Yeah.
That's it. A couple of slices, not that big.
That I'll get back on track tomorrow. It honestly, what it does is it's like a binge restrict cycle. And sometimes you'll even tell yourself, oh, I'm going to have this, and then I'll just go do 2 hours of cardio tomorrow, or tomorrow I'll cut my calories back to compensate for that. I actually do not recommend that. Don't try to overcompensate for something you've done.
Yeah.
You can do it in reverse. That's okay, because it's a totally different mindset, and I'll explain that. So don't punish yourself for the cupcake by tomorrow starving yourself. That's a no.
No.
But if, hey, tomorrow they're going to bring my favorite cupcakes to work, so I'd like to have one. So you know what? I'm going to skip a snack today and bank a little bit of extra calories so I can enjoy that cupcake tomorrow.
Yeah. Or people even use fasting now. They'll go crazy like the weekend. And I don't want to put him on blast, but he'll go fast 2-3 days in a row. He's crazy.
That's actually,
psychotic.
I don't think
It's not
that is not a good
No.
behavior, and that can develop into some serious like disordered eating
Yes,
type
agreed.
of things. I do not recommend that at all.
No.
At the end of the day, stick to the basics, you guys. Count your calories and your protein. Okay. Know what those targets are. And if you need a macro assessment, you can get one from me. I do macro
That's it.
assessments. They're actually quite popular these days. I've been
Right.
doing a lot of them.
Right?
Walk every single day. Set a step goal, hit that step goal, figure out a way to get those steps in by layering activities. Strength train 2 to 4 times a week. The benefits from strength training are just, you cannot put a price on it.
Nope.
Very important. And lastly, just be
Consistent.
Be consistent. Commit to yourself and keep the promise to yourself.
Yes.
Start showing up.
Commit, decide, execute.
Decide, commit, execute.
I said it wrong. Decide, commit, execute.
Yeah. Start showing up as that person that you're trying to become. Ask yourself every day, is the person I'm trying to become, would they do this right now?
Yep.
How would they handle this? How
That's
would
true.
they tackle the day?
Yep. Got to have self-talk.
You really do.
Got to check yourself.
You really do. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in.